So this video was sent to me by a fellow YouTube user named Daronak, whom I highly recommend. If you guys don't know who he is, I'll link his channel in the description bar, and I suggest you subscribe to him and watch some of his videos. He sent this video to me probably with all the best intentions, and even though I don't have the original link, I did find a mirrored version of this video, which I'll also link down below.
And our argument is that atheism is as much religious, is as much a religion as Roman Catholicism, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism. It's just another ism, only this one's called atheism.
Oh look, it's younger Nephilim free.
20th century dictionary, the definition of a religion is, of course, any specific system of belief.
That is funny, because I do have the Webster's dictionary definition of religion pulled up right here, which states that a religion is a personal set or institutionalized system of religious attitudes, beliefs, and practices, or a cause, principle, or system of beliefs held to with ardor and faith. Atheism is not a belief based upon faith. It is the lack of a belief and the lack of faith in the supernatural, specifically. So this definition is completely meaningless.
I would say atheists are in denial. They actually know that God does exist, and they're just God haters. And they're in denial, you know. So we all know about people in denial, you know, you got to face the facts.
Oh my god. Where to begin? Well, how about saying that I'm sick and tired of seeing this non-argument being presented by Christians, especially. We atheists aren't secret believers of your God, and we don't just secretly hate your God, because we can't hate something we don't even believe in. That would be like putting forth a non-argument that you guys just don't believe in Thor because you're just Thor haters, or that you guys don't believe in the flying spaghetti monster because you just hate the flying spaghetti monster. You know you're in denial. You have to accept the facts that the flying spaghetti monster and Thor really do exist. Can we move on?
You want to see what atheism does, look at communism. Okay, they're an atheistic, well, they control the people because they don't want any beliefs hindering their government control over the people. So what you have is these oppressed people that have no hope, that are totally empty. You can look in their eyes. You see the poverty, you see the economical chaos, you see that communism doesn't work. Well, atheism doesn't work.
Communism is essentially the worship of a person, making a person some sort of godlike figurehead. And the tenets of communism are essentially its dogma. So, if anything, communism is more like religion than atheism. But just because religion shares a few similar traits with communism, that doesn't mean that I can essentially compare the two or say that they're one and the same. But what I can say, and what I think is a reasonable assumption, is that dogmatic belief has often led to terror, to bloodshed, and to nothing good in history. And it just so happens that religions happen to be very dogmatic, or at least the major religions that we see today.
Atheists hate God. They're bitter. They have a rage that seems to permeate their personalities.
Oh, I'm starting to get enraged, alright, but it's not because you believe in God. Let's just put it at that.
If there's no God, there's no morals.
Right.
Again with this whole, if there is no God, there are no morals. What is to say that if there was no Allah, there are no morals? Or what is to say that if there was no flying invisible pink unicorn, there are no morals? You have your unsubstantiated theories, I have mine. And I'd also like to add that atheists are smart enough to know that morality is not a fixed concept. It is something that is changing constantly, and it's contingent upon the needs and wants of society, of the individual, of the community, of friends, family, and of loved ones. And we damn sure don't need a 2,000-year-old book to tell us what's right and wrong.
Satan hates us. We're rebellious, but Satan can add to that rebellion by making us even more venomous. He wants to kill us, keep us away from the truth, which is accepting Jesus Christ and turning our lives to Him. And he'll do that through atheism, through hate, hating God, and a lot of times this rage, it may not be the individual. These people may have actually demonic influences on them that are making them this hateful.
You know, that makes me wonder about a few things that's been happening recently in my life. Is that why I couldn't get a date for prom? Because all the Christian girls knew I was an atheist, and because they all think atheists are all like, bleh! Atheism is Satanism, because I worship Satan, and all I want to do is tear you away from your God, because I am evil. Yeah.
And the separation of church and state has been actually twisted. Actually, it was originally intended as a separation of church and state, meaning that God was the superior, the state was underneath.
You are wrong, sir. I'm not even an American, and I happen to know that most of the Founding Fathers were deists, or agnostics at best. Not Christians, and not theists. And they wanted a place where they could conduct their lives without having religion breathe down their necks all the time, and telling them what to do, and essentially telling us what to do.
But now that we are turning away from God, it's not going to be God bless America. We're going to end up just like the Russians.
Oh, now I know why and exactly when this video was made. I get exactly what this means. So, you aren't an atheist, are you? Because if you're an atheist, you're a commie. And if you're a commie, you ain't American. You're an enemy of America. Yeah.
Atheists aren't atheism for all these high and mighty intellectual reasons. Well, I've got philosophical arguments here that show there's no God. It's not that. It's because they already had their minds made up beforehand. That they rejected God for some personal reason. So maybe it's for sex. I want to have sex with this person, or I want to take these drugs.
How dare you? I mean, is there no moral compass in that fucking empty head of yours? Or maybe you think that this is all perfectly okay to defame atheists, just as long as you're doing it for Jesus. What a blatant straw man argument, not to mention an ad hominem attack that holds absolutely no truth whatsoever. You should be ashamed of yourself. Attacking atheists with ad hominems in an attempt to belittle them in front of a crowd is nothing short of arrogance, and it shows exactly what chauvinistic, pig attitudes you theists have. So much for respecting thy neighbor, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, God, why did you have to send me this guy's moronic shit heap of a video? Why couldn't you get someone more intelligent to actually say something thought-provoking and not blow my fucking brain cells out the back door? Why, God? Why?
Life without God's a joke, okay, guys? There's no reason to even be here. You're just a bug that's going to get squashed. Big deal, right?
Well, no, there is quite a lot of reason to continue on living. And one reason which I can think of is particularly relevant as of now is to stamp out stupid idiots like you from brainwashing more people into believing the utter garbage that you spew out from your anal sphincter. And for the last minute of the video, they essentially reiterate the claims, the non-arguments, and the flawed arguments that they made earlier on, which happen to include their mistaken belief that we need a sky daddy to tell us how to live our lives and what's right and wrong, and the whole idea that Dictator X was an atheist, therefore atheism is morally bankrupt. You know, this is fucking brilliant stuff, guys. Why don't you actually go present it in the academic arena to a bunch of intellectuals? You know, people with PhDs and doctorates in their respective studies. Why don't you go present your ideas to them? You know why? I think I know a reason why. Maybe it's because those ideas are fucking stupid! And to sum up my final thoughts, just in case you guys didn't notice this earlier on, I will highlight exactly why these two are not to be taken seriously, and that they're a bunch of bumbling idiots.
Atheism is false because it's philosophically absurd. Atheism is false, point 2, because it's scientifically erroneous.
And that concludes my video. Thanks for watching, and may the truth always be heard.